What's up, everybody? Belligerent here. We're talking about Darkness and Divinity. All right, I've been checking out this new game, and I wanted to bring it to y'all. Just kind of show you a little bit about it. I am honestly not that far in the game, so I don't have a ton of knowledge, but it's been very interesting so far. I wanted to share it with you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. A subscribe would be appreciated. If you are following me over from Bloodline, welcome. Let's check out this video together. For those of you that didn't come from Bloodline, I apologize for the references, but right now most of my audience is from there. So I will make some references to Bloodline as we kind of go through this, maybe make a little bit of comparisons. Let's jump in. So this is a game very similar. It's one of those idle RPG games, the champion collecting game, the gacha games, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but it does have some unique aspects to it, both good and some of them not so good. So let's talk about the good. The good, I think, aesthetically, it's awesome. It's beautiful. It's got kind of this dark, grungy feel to it. I almost kind of thought Dark Souls when I first opened it up. If we jump in here and look at some of the character models, it's very diverse, and I think they are very well done. Okay, some of these, we got this little Pirates of the Caribbean, even with the little skull monkey thing going on there. A little, what is that, steampunk girl here. So a lot of diversity in their model creation, and I think some very beautiful, intense art going on here with the different characters they have. And it's kind of all over the place, from the warriors to the witches to all of that good stuff. So a lot of good things. Some other things I like about this is their classes are kind of straightforward, to the point. Support, right? Warrior, mage, right? So it lets you, and then it also tells you, like, this guy is an AoE mage, okay? AoE warrior, right? So it's really easy. This guy is a debuff champion. It's really kind of easy to figure out what you're using. This guy is control, and he's a tank, okay? It does have that kind of rock, paper, scissors faction aspect to it, which I'm not a huge fan of, but in this one, I think it leaves a lot of room for versatility. The reason being is they're not just three of them, right? It's not just like blue, red, green, and one counters the other. Kind of like you see here. You see this guy is on drifters. He counters clockwork, and Blood Moon counters him. However, if we go here to Clock Tower, you see Clock Tower counters Sanctum, which wasn't even on the other triangle there. So it leaves some, like, I don't like necessarily being forced to play certain champions based on what factions are on the board for the opponent, but I think this way lends itself to a little more versatility as far as that is concerned. They got your typical gear setup here, okay? Set bonuses, it's got different stats on it, enhancements, things like that. I haven't got too far into that. So, looks like it has some more stuff that is going to be unique to each champion that I haven't unlocked with. So the formation is going to be 5 spaces, 2 in the front, 3 in the back. As far as I can tell, that is the only way that you can kind of lay them out. I have not. There's only been the one game, Stickman Awakens, that I saw that gave you different formation variety. So kind of a miss there because we like versatility. As far as kind of the pay to win aspect of it, it has kind of your basic stuff that you're gonna see pretty much everywhere. You got this little like 99-cent pack to kind of get you started if you want to go on that. You have your kind of monthly passes if you want to get into that. Some different funds, login funds, campaign funds. So plenty of pay to win. How free to play versus pay to win this game is, I can't yet speak to. we'll cover that. If I continue to cover this game, if I continue to find this game fun, I'll cover that in later videos. I haven't been down that. I haven't been far enough. So let's talk about some of the other good things. If we go into the campaign here, this is going to be big for those of you who like kind of the lore and the story of a game. Okay, the story is very full and rich if you read the stuff. But here's what I think is really cool. Instead of what I'm used to seeing in other idle RPG games, which is kind of just a map and you go from point to point, to go from fight to fight on this, you actually move around and you can use a little virtual joystick like we're doing here. You can run around, right? There's a portal that we can enter here. There's people along the way that you can talk to, which I think I've already passed most of them at this point. There's some chests that you can find. And if you don't actually like controlling the champion, it does have an auto run. You do eventually unlock a faster run to just kind of get through this. So that's great for those of you that like the lore, those of you that like the RPG aspect of it. Like this one actually feels, when it says idle RPG, you see here, like there's something for me to investigate. That's going to be a fight here, right? And he's going to take me into a fight. So the battle is the auto battle type, such as Bloodline, but it is, it is not the turn-based type such as Raid. So that's good. That is my preference anyway. I know some people prefer the turn-based. This one's not turn-based. I prefer the action. I prefer having the strategy as far as like your where you're at on the board, things like that. Okay, so in auto walk mode, your heroes will not pick up the chests scattered around the map. Fast walk mode is unlocked. Let's continue our journey. That's weird because they have been actually picking up the chest, but sometimes you can, and here's another aspect of the campaign is that sometimes you get choices, right? So here you run into an ancient altar built to honor the god of war. On top of the spear-shaped altar, a disciple impales himself in sacrifice to the god of war. Do you wish to offer an item in sacrifice to the god of war? Sacrifice an item, leave for now. We're going to sacrifice an item because it would be boring for the video if I didn't. Okay. These items are needed for the sacrifice. Oh, it tells me what I'm going to lose. 200 silver, not a big deal. Confirm it. Yes. God, how many times you got to ask me? All right. You obtain blessings from the god of war. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's going to tell us. Okay, rewards. All right, so mana crystals. These are used for upgrading your levels, your champion levels. So 200 of those for 200 silver. I'll take it. So speaking of hero champion levels, let's get into some of the bad of this game that hopefully they change. They probably won't. So good and bad. Let me find a good option here. All right, so the good is over here on the right, okay? You see it says level up to level 20. You can just jump the full way up to level 20. You don't have to tap a million times. People from Bloodline know what I'm talking about. It's going to jump you up. Now, when you hit level 20, you hit this level up kind of, you got to break through to the next level, and that's where you got to use these pink crystals, help you break through to the hero level up thresholds. You have to use those to level up. The bad is that when you reset the hero's level, you only retrieve some of the resources that you use to level up that hero. From what I can tell, I haven't tested this like deeply. I just kind of looked at it quickly, but from what I can tell, you lose about half. So I think there's kind of two perspectives to this. And I think most people are going to fall on the side of that's too punishing. I don't like it. We should be able to explore different heroes to find out if they're good without losing our resources. And I kind of agree, especially as a content creator. I want to be able to test out the champions without necessarily marrying the champion. And I can't really tell if a champion is good until I've invested in them. So it makes me worry how much of this game's microtransactions are going to be geared towards you buying resources in order to advance. We'll have to look at that later on. I've not made it that far. We'll see. Okay, right now it's just a concern. It's not a reality. I haven't made it to any kind of resource wall where I feel like I have to pay to play. On the other hand, however, there's a part of me, the part that isn't necessarily the content creator. There's a part of me that says, you in life you should have to make choices and you should have to kind of deal with the consequences of those choices. So I think this kind of makes you really read into the champion, look at the abilities, kind of theory craft, and figure out if they fit into your comp before you fully invest in them. I don't know what side of the fence you fall on. I think most of you are probably going to fall on the first side that says it's too punishing. Maybe they change that in the future. I don't know. Okay. The other downfall about the heroes, and everybody from Bloodline, you're going to be very familiar with this because they do the exact same thing. And it was a huge bummer when I saw this. Maybe in the future, this game will offer us some more diversity. Unfortunately, right now, all of the champion abilities that I have read are based off of your attack stat. See, 50% attack, 200% attack. Okay, that's all the scaling is off of attack, and that's disappointing. Now there are other things, like this is a dodge plus 15, and buffs different skills, but damage equal to 100% of attack. Okay, damage equal to 100% of attack. There's even, hang on here. Where is she? There's a healer, right? And she heals restoring HP equal to 45% of attack. There's other stats in the game. That was one of the disappointing things about this game so far, is that they're all based on the attack stat. When there's easily so much more that it could be based off of. Okay, but so far I really enjoy the graphics. The gameplay is good. The combat is good. So we'll see where it goes. The final downside to this, at least as of right now, and I haven't done any research or asked anybody when this is going to change, but right now it's only available on the Google Play Store. So all you iPhone users, sorry. Hopefully that'll hit iOS soon. If I find out any information, I'll go in the Discord and see if I can ask. If I find out any information soon, I will let you know. If you are an Android user and you give this game a shot, let me know in the comments what you think. If you're an iOS user and you're kind of excited, you're hoping that this makes it because you like the way that this game looks, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, tell a friend. I'm Belligerent. Peace.